Evil loves children, and children love evil.
Hello, and welcome to the Final Podcast, the last podcast you'll ever listen to.
Booze, brews, and horror movie reviews, your final bros have survived.
We are here, and we are joined by Brian, the hottest of boys, LaGrasta.
Oh man, a little pestilence never hurt anybody, isn't it? And we have Shane. I was never at any point Millie Bobby Brown Smith.
It is true, I'm more of a Finn Wolfhard.
Okay, and we have Mike the Cannibal Gypsy.
You know, I never thought you could find something grosser than a Redditor, and then I watched this movie.
And the Matt.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Oh, wow.
Whoa. But
Wait.
also, who the fuck is the Matt?
Who's the Matt? I
we have a new
it was-
producer?
We do not.
He looks the same.
He is the same person, but he now goes by the Matt.
The Matt.
You may have formerly known him as Matty with a stick.
Yeah, that
but
was
he
a
is
good
now, and just simply put, the Matt.
So the stick is gone.
It's gone. It's done.
Did he lose his stick?
It's.
What happened to his stick?
I mean, it's done. It's over. You ever just ask a question and not really get an answer you were looking for?
All the
yeah,
time,
that's
yeah.
what's happening
So-
right now.
Like it's just, it's not there. It's not. It's
Okay.
Just the Matt
The Matt.
who has the Matt Cade. You ever just have a Matt Cade?
I know of Barcade.
I know Matt Pat.
Yeah. And then you'll know him soon enough. He'll be the artist formerly known as Matt, just like Prince did.
Oh, okay.
Matt's just hitting that same storyline. But right now he's the Matt.
The Matt.
The Matt.
See that? You're in like rarefied air because like there's The Rock and like the Stone Cold,
The Edge.
the John Cena.
Cool. One of the things I like to say is we are the Final Podcast, the podcast that will review a movie from front to back, offer a little color commentary throughout the film, give our review, and follow it up with the best kill of the movie. In the review portion, we always do a review on 1 to 10. In this case, it'll be 1 rotten blob is the piece of shit. 10 rotten blobs is like the pestilence is here and it's ready. So
This was your choice, this movie?
this was my pick. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Oh, thanks.
You came up with a good one.
I watched it when it came out in like 2023, just like in my cruise through Shudder. And there's some hits and misses because this movie is on Shudder, but this was a hit for me, at the very least, because I don't ever really see what is like an infection movie kind of taken into like more of possession.
Yeah.
So I thought that was an interesting theme. I think there's a lot of underlying themes in this film, which is pretty cool. But yeah, like this idea of like this rotten, I call it a rotten being able to be considered evil and like kind of draw others to the evil and kind of have a hold over children in particular is very interesting.
Yeah, this movie was fascinating. It was also at certain parts quite shocking.
Yeah.
I was shocked a lot by this movie. One mistake I made was trying to have a nice snack during certain parts of it.
Yeah, it's
which was
gross.
tough. Certainly tough.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you were eating yogurt and oatmeal during the Rot Fest.
Yeah,
Like
I was-
as soon as that guy started leaking ooze from his
Oh,
mouth.
when they went to Uriel's house and he was just leaking the...
I was having some yogurt, throw some Nola in there, some honey, some berries. You know.
The honey kind of looked like his mouth ooze.
Yeah, it was tough. It just got real tough to eat while that was happening.
Yeah, it's not this movie, I will say, is definitely, they do a great job with the makeup and effects. It is not pleasant to the eye whatsoever. It's literally just gross.
It is.
It's a very gross film.
But then, like, once that fat fucking blob went away,
Yeah,
this movie's pretty excellent.
yeah.
Yeah, because Mike loves dead children. So like when that girl just starts getting massacred later on by the dog, like he popped hard. Like he was like, yeah.
I didn't, but I will say, should have seen that coming. They focus on the dog like a ton before he pounces on that girl. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, the girl was fine though.
Are you talking about Vicky?
Yeah, she was fine.
Yeah. Well, He gets munched on a little bit.
Hey, the mat. Just watch out. You got a cat by your foot. Don't you know how you're always kicking down there.
The mat likes to kick.
Yeah. Just
man.
watch
Yeah,
watch those feet.
I just feel like it'd be a bad look for us if a cat goes flying past the camera.
Yeah, like there's nothing, and then like a cat is in the shot and through the air. Like,
Aerial cats are bad.
Don't-
Couch cats are good. Aerial
Yeah.
cats bad.
Yeah. When evil lurks, how do you feel about the brotherly relationship here?
I found myself not caring about it.
You're more invested in the
In like the filth and the slob.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was
there's that.
actually, you know what's crazy? I was really invested in Ruiz. He was incredible.
He's a great character.
Oh, there's a lot of like uncertainty around Ruiz. I mean, it gets solved pretty quickly, but like, was
Yeah.
Ruiz the person that killed the cleaner in the beginning? What is the cleaner? Why do we need a cleaner? What's going on? Why is Ruiz pointing at a goat? Why does the goat horns above Ruiz's head not match the actual goat horns?
It's one of my favorite parts of the scenes in this whole movie is when the goat fucking steps to the shotgun.
Yeah, that was badass.
He's like, do it, coward.
Yeah.
Yeah, the goat was badass. The goat's a great actor. This movie, it's weird because like I really like it, but I was also confused by certain things.
Tell me about it.
I guess I just didn't understand the children. Like, why are the children drawn to the rot?
Yeah.
Is
I
it
think
explained, or is it
Yeah.
more you have to like?
it's explained by her
Murda?
at points of just like that, like children love evil. I think it just like speaks to their vulnerability.
Okay.
They're just like super vulnerable. Also, there's like a really big theme in this movie, and there's like I feel like this movie is a little anti-man, to be honest. Like, because like the men are just make stupid, irrational decisions.
The brothers are retarded.
Yeah, and
if we're
like
being-
the women are the ones that are like kind of like plastered of like giving sage advice, and the men just like fall to like basic instinctual things and just like react and not listen to
Yeah.
heed their advice. So like they,
except his wife, his ex-wife.
yeah.
She was. I actually popped hard when she got hit by the car.
Oh, that was great.
I hated her.
Yeah, she was
I
annoying.
hated her so much.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, I understand it. Like, I fell down like a Reddit rabbit hole regarding this. Like, my thoughts were like, yeah, like they definitely position the men in the film to be really stupid and reactional. But I think at the end of the day, this is just a movie that's based on like, if these things are happening that you can't explain, but you're like digging into it. You just adhere to advice before you just make really rash and emotional decisions. Because this is the movie that it really is. It's emotional decision, the movie.
Yes.
They're like, whatever you do not, like even though a person that was an expert, like Lady Mirtha, she's like, whatever you do not listen to the children, right?
And he
They're
does it
probably-
every
Do not
fucking
listen
time.
to them. Like, trust me, don't listen to them. Don't, like, listen, like, go and, like, kill people with guns. Like, and he literally just disobeyed everything that she said, because there's like a core 7 rules. Matt, can you pull up the 7 rules of this movie?
Oh, the mom even goes over the 7 rules.
It's mentioned to them several times, and like I was reading, because it's always like mentioned by women, and they like ignored the women on it.
Yeah.
But whatever that is, at the end of the day, for me, it's more of like human nature let this happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it is like it's a frustrating movie in that sense because like just like no one listens, like not a single person listens to anything.
Right. So I was while watching this and like a scene like this, I was also being rash. I was like, okay, keeping this guy alive is more cruel than just fucking executing him.
Right.
But then you get deeper. You can't be rash. You can't fucking kill the guy.
Yeah,
You can't use guns.
because then the rot demon comes out.
Yeah.
What do you mean you moved him 45 miles away and you left him there?
What do you mean you tried carrying him with a flimsy blanket that was obviously gonna rip?
What do you mean you tried choking this 8-year-old girl?
She deserved it.
Do you have the 7 rules?
I do.
What are they?
Avoid electric lights. Tread carefully around children and animals. Don't be afraid of dying. The rotten are not ordinary zombies. The birthday process of the demon. Let's see. The rotten are not ordinary, and the demon feeds on fear.
Yeah, I mean that's a pivotal point of this movie. that Mirtha explains to him.
Yeah.
It's just like it's not attracted to me because I know what it is and I don't fear the evil. Like your fears are making it chase
Strong.
you.
Yeah.
Like you like it's literally, and it's like one of those basic concepts that you're just like letting this thing fester. Literally, you keep fearing it. It's literally coming for you in all these different ways, and literally is the evil has like manipulated his entire family essentially
Yes.
against him.
Yeah. What a dope name too for like an entity. The Rotten.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
It's really good.
You got the Rotten, the Mat. It's really dope stuff.
Yeah, I mean, when I watched this originally, I'm like, okay, so like this guy's gonna spread the plague, but it's not positioned as just like a plague in that sense. The Rotten is really just like it's an evil. It's like a demon inhabited being.
He basically at the end of the movie just lets hell on earth. Because like the demon spawns at the end.
Oh yeah, you do get a little antichrist.
Yeah, it's like an Antichrist vibe at the very end.
Like an antichrist person.
You know what's gritty?
What is gritty, Shane?
What's gritty? Everyone, we'll say it together. 1, 2, 3.
The Rotten.
Spooky
The
Pit.
Rotten.
The Rotten.
The spooky pit.
Oh, the Rotten.
The spooky pit's gritty.
Okay. The Mat.
There's a cat sleeping on this way.
Okie dokie. When Evil Lurks was released in 2023, two brothers cause chaos in a small village.
Chaos.
When they move a rotten body, unintentionally spreading evil. The film was directed by Demian Rugna and stars Ezekiel Rodriguez, Damian Salomon, and Sylvana Sabater. Yeah. So, one of the cool things about this movie that I do enjoy when movies do this is kind of throw you right into it without like not a lot of context. You
Definitely does that.
develop the context kind of as you go. But basically, I think the opening scene is they hear gunshots in the woods.
Yes. And they find like a body that's like cut in half.
They literally see a body cut in half, and there's like some conversation about like this body being what they call a cleaner, and that the cleaner was potentially killed by Ruiz. They're trying to decide why Ruiz would kill a cleaner, or like what really like they're trying to decipher what happened. And then I know the brother, I think his name is Pedro and Jimmy. I think
Yes.
Jimmy discovers this like equipment, right? Like, and he remembers what the equipment. Well, he remembers seeing it before. He just doesn't remember exactly what the use of it is.
Well, he keeps the one piece on him, right, for a while.
Yes, he does.
So what do you think happened in this opening scene?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very much that. I think that this was a guy that was sent. You know, maybe it sounds like the police didn't action. Like nobody actioned on this right away.
Yeah.
But I think it was what they said. I think it was a person that was coming to essentially like try to remedy the rotten body.
So, okay, so was this public health? Right? Because don't the police say like the
public health, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably, I don't know if that was public health or if this was like they actually knew what was going on and this was someone sent. I think this might have been someone sent to fix it. Like clearly, whoever's fixing it, if you see this equipment,
Yeah.
they were a cleaner. Like this is like definitely someone that was going.
Because this is like what Mirtha had at the end of the movie.
Exactly, they were going to try to get rid of the evil, but someone prevented that from happening. I'm assuming it was probably maybe just like someone that the kids or
it
was
kids.
someone that was following them. Could really be a lot of different things. You never really know the answer.
It's interesting because like what was that device? It looks like a telescope almost, but we never know what exactly it does, right?
I think that's the interesting thing about that is like it looks like the only thing I remember, she's like, you need to stab this dude in the nape of the neck. Like it's going to be some kind of disease where they try to extract
it.
the demon or like the devil. It's like some weird like new age exorcism.
I could tell you how you don't solve it, bashing them over the head with it.
Yeah, well, you can't just kill the evil like straight up. That's not how it's done, and they made that very clear. And he uses that tool, doesn't he? Use a tool at the end to bash in, the Rotten at the end of the movie. Uriel's character, doesn't he take that pipe?
It bashes him in the head.
and bashes him with it, and that's not.
No,
what
because that's how
Mirtha
the
was
demon
saying.
gets born at the end.
Yeah, so like you can't just like think you're gonna quickly get rid of evil. It's not gonna work. It's got to be a more methodical approach. And like it's a new age exorcism concept. So that's why I think that you really don't know exactly how it's used.
Yeah, no, it's very interesting. It's very thought provoking to try to figure out what like that could possibly have been used for. This movie though, it goes pretty hard after like this opening because like you see the rot creature. The rot creature is Uriel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's one of this lady's kids.
yeah, it's one of the lady's kids, and he's rotting and it's gross. And they show Ruiz, and Ruiz is like, we have to get rid of it. So they just pick up the sheets, right? And they try to transport him, but they almost run. So this makes sense now. Was the kid in the middle of the road to prevent them from getting the rot all the way out of town? Is that what the idea is now? I just thought of that.
Yeah, potentially. Like I think that there's a few things. I know that number one, they were not supposed to move it.
No, it's just like rule 3.
Yeah, like they were supposed to go there and not move Uriel. They see it very early before they do like any preliminary research, and they just heard about possessions before, but they see that this man like very clearly is a rotten, and the lady does mention that she did like report it like weeks past, and the police said they would send somebody, but they never came, and they're like, we need to find a solution because if we don't fix this, like a lot of people are going to get possessed in the area. So they don't actually do anything originally. They go to the police station. The police is basically like, hey, like, what are you talking about? They kind of gaslight them a little bit. They mentioned that we did receive a call, that we did send somebody, but nothing really happened. And there might be like some cover-up stuff here for sure.
Right. Oh, I 100% believe the police just didn't want to deal with it.
They may have not sent.
That's what it. That's at least that's the vibe I got off of it.
It's possible they just didn't send anybody.
That's that's kind of what I believe.
They might have been scared. They may have not wanted anything to do with it. In any case, you're right. They're going to go to Ruiz and have a conversation with Ruiz.
And that's when Ruiz is like, let's just fucking move the body. And that's when they load it up in the most unsafe way imaginable by just lifting a fucking... What do you think the thread count on those sheets were? Because the sheets were not handling, so that had to be a low thread count. Like, they ain't getting good sheets.
No, and the problem is, like, the guy's just so moist, right? Like,
he's like... so moist.
He's moist. He's heavy.
Yeah. Like, he actually seeps... He's so wet, he seeps through a sheet.
Yeah.
They need to rewrap him and bring him in there.
His pants are soiled.
Yeah, his pants are soiled.
I mean...
Thing is, like, they're driving, right? And they do, like, sway, and they actually do lose the body and can't find it.
So I don't know. It's crazy they just lose that.
I feel like when that big body would fall out of the
You
car.
probably just smell it from miles away.
So now this will lead to our first instance of women being right. The next day, Ruiz is gonna see a goat, right? And that goat is gonna be fucking messing with him.
Scene is fucking great.
The goat scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like all the other goat kind of like run away when he shoots his gun, but the one goat stays next to him. And Mike said earlier, the goat walks up and presses his gun to...
So cool.
Now, the wife is begging him not to shoot this goat. She's like, you're going to release the evil. For the love of God, don't shoot the goat.
'Cause women
Why
are
would
always
you
right.
shoot this goat?
Yeah, I think in this scene in particular, I think like the goat is probably speaking to him, like as a witch.
Absolutely.
Like as
I was thinking Black Phillip the entire time.
yeah, like I love that shot. It's so cool with the horns growing over his head.
So I'm telling you, this scene is
Yeah.
probably the best scene in the whole movie.
There is a notable IMDb goof about the horns, because if you look at the horns of the goat, the horns would never shape that way.
Right.
Like if you do look at them, they're completely different horns.
Yeah,
but
that's a good point.
It's cool in concept. You see, like they're curled back like that.
Yeah.
Like, but it is cool in concept. And I do think the way it's like maybe like a possessed animal that's speaking to him, and that's why like one of the pieces of advice is like just don't listen to the animals. Like be very careful.
Yeah.
Because and like even in like witch lore, right? Like they're like goat is like a humongous like
Yeah.
animal that is known to be possessed and sacrificed.
The goat just walking up to the gun is such a cool scene.
It's so badass.
Yeah. But yeah, so the goat walks up to the gun. He shoots the goat in the head, and then his wife just like immediately like
This was the first, like, really shocking part to me.
Yeah.
My fucking jaw literally fell to the floor when I saw this.
Yeah, the chop in the face, and then she just actually this is like this is like the cover art is her like with a baby in her gullet, killing herself in the head with the axe, which is a really telling sign of we can't have my baby and me being possessed.
Yeah.
It's like how other would you explain a person that's completely, clean of that to kill her and her unborn child?
Yeah, no, that was fucking crazy. Like Mike said, the first shocking moment, it gets more shocking. I just realized it's the cat snoring.
No, it's
fucking
That's Benny. That's
Oh.
Benny, for sure. I forgot he was in here.
Benny, we need him to stop snoring. Yeah,
It was Chowder. But yeah, so that was the first shocking moment. Then at night, so I actually don't know. Was that a boy or a girl?
it's a boy.
Okay, so the boy comes over from the house where Uriel was, and he's like, my mom kicked me out. We will eventually find out that he ate his mom later on.
Yeah, and then like he's lying. Like, they very mention he's clearly lying to us.
Yeah, because the mom wouldn't kick him out.
But the main guy again is just like, hey, like
I'm going to do
feel
everything
for this guy.
Yeah.
Like I saw what happened to his brother. We're gonna put him in a barn for a day. We're gonna take his gun, and then he can leave him the next day.
Yeah, but they leave him in the barn for like 3 days.
Yeah, they really don't go back to it. He does give him the gun.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, like everything does hold true to the theme of the movie. Like the kid is 100% lying. You find out later that he absolutely killed and ate his mom.
Yes. Because apparently that's a thing. Once you get infected with the rot, you eat your mother, which definitely has some underlying symbolism too. I just don't know what it is.
That mothers are rotten.
No. It's something. Definitely has something to do with boys eating their moms or something.
Yeah, maybe. I just think it's another thing of just like you're eliminating someone that
Yeah.
is someone that you can kind of fall back on that to give you like some wisdom to protect you. You kill that caregiver, right? You kill that protector. So I just think it's just like an old traditional like mothers are, they take care of their kids. They do everything for their young, and you're removing that from the situation.
So the next day it's Pedro.
Yeah, Pedro's the main character. Yeah, he's
I mixed him up with his brother. I know
he's
it's Pedro
like,
and
it's
Jimmy.
time
Pedro,
to
right?
get my kids and get out of here.
Do they explain why the wife had a restraining order on him?
They don't specifically tell.
Okay.
I do think they mention later on that she originally lied about something that he did
Okay.
to put the restraining order in place.
Yes, because apparently, because it could have just been the demon talking. Apparently, she slept with everyone in town.
Yeah, there's that, but and then I forgot what they exactly said later, but she lied about how something with the kids, or like
Yeah.
he lied about it. She lied about it, and that's how she was able to put a restraining order.
So,
against him.
question: his clothes are like what? Fucking infected?
I think he's just trying to get rid of any attachment to what he had when he was with the fat guy.
Yeah, well, I just think it's like he like there was so much liquid.
Yeah.
And then the dog like goes up to his pile of clothes, and is that how the dog
That's
gets
the
it?
dog sniffs him instantly when he walks into the house, and I think the idea is it transferred before he would even burn the clothes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you're thinking that like he was the one that brought in just because of his closeness with the evil. I mean, I guess that makes
Yes.
sense, and it's quick, right?
Yeah.
Like he went there and he was able to carry it to this house.
Also, like no breathers whatsoever. Again, this scene is fucking insane.
It's insane from the reaction of the one kid. I think his name's Santino,
Yeah.
because he like literally witnesses his
Stepsister.
get legitimately chomped on by a dog.
And like it's like shown brutal chomp and like dragged out of the house.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
me
This
ask-
whole scene is crazy.
Do you think Vicky dies here or dies when the mom is run over?
No, because they show Vicky again after the mom gets run over.
Yeah.
Vicky dies here. I actually think Vicky is an entity after this.
Yeah, because I mean,
Vicky's the entity because remember she whispers to the mother that the
father's gonna hit her with the car.
Yeah,
yeah, I just know that they do this in a few times with the movie where they do utilize your kids to. And your people you love to actually just like manipulate you, like that's just the evil. It's something you fear. Like you feel something bad happening to your kids. It uses that against you. Like Vicky definitely died from the car accident. Sorry, Sabrina,
Yes.
the wife,
And she comes back.
and then she comes back as an evil
It's like
entity
literally
to
the
take
kid-
the other kid.
the
Yeah.
kid's neck was literally snapped.
Yeah. That's why I think the kid dies instantly here, but comes back as like the entity, same as the mom will later on. I actually like it's crazy. It happens like within seconds of where we're at rewatching. It's Mike said it best. Watching it, it's so obvious now thinking about it, but man, I did not expect it. Like the way it's filmed, I should have fucking known.
Yeah, they keep showing the dog, not because it's a fucking cute dog or whatever,
Nah, this dog's kind of ugly.
but
Yeah, I mean, like
this
on a second rewatch, like it's hard to
like
know.
it's just like a shot like that, you know.
Like you don't automatically think like the dog is gonna get possessed because they're having like a full on argument. She's with the ex-husband. He stems in. He's like, "I'm taking the kids away from you guys." They're like, "No, you're not. We're calling the police." And then while this is all happening, like the dog is
Fucking insane, dude.
literally just munching on the
Fucking
little
wild.
girl, and he's watching all of it.
And like none of these parents are fucking listening to the kid.
But I do like the sequence because the dog takes Vicky literally out to the park, and Leo, the ex-husband, you just kind of see him later on, like just put a gun and shoot off screen, like just put the dog out of his misery.
Yeah. And Pedro's yelling, "Don't shoot the dog," because that's going to transfer the evil. It transfers it to Leo, who then runs over the mom.
And that scene is literally shot. I actually really like the way they shot it because you just see like a rogue car come and like completely crash both Vicky and Sabrina, the ex-wife, to the
Yeah.
house.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
This is where we meet his
Autistic son,
autistic son.
Jair.
Yeah, I think the explanation that Mirtha gives of why he's possessed was insane, but crazy at the same time.
Yes.
Like that shit was wild.
That like his brain isn't fully functional, so the demon struggles to like figure it out, kind of.
Yeah, and it's just like it's still in his body,
Yes.
and that's why he's in this state. But it's like it's still trying to get to his mind.
It does make him normal at the very end.
Well, because he becomes
The
fucking
demon,
possessed. Yeah, but so like is it continuously doing that work in him, and that's literally crazy. So like I guess for my question would be, and this is the only question I was thinking of is like, was he possessed since birth or like what's going on?
Oh, like he didn't actually have a disability. He
Yeah.
was possessed.
I doubt it. I don't think that's the way that this movie works. Like I think he just, even though he was like that, he had to get possessed. I think it's just a way of saying that she suspects him.
Yeah. Yeah, you could be right there.
I just don't think that makes sense that he was possessed for that long.
Yeah,
You
'cause
really-
I don't think he was. I think he got possessed when Vicky shows back. Not Vicky. What's the mom's name?
Sabrina
shows back up.
You don't have that context. Like you have no idea.
No, to be fair, I'm just guessing. That would just be my guess.
But yeah, that was also another shocking scene. I also like how the fact you just see a rogue car, but like after everything, you don't realize that it's Leo that's driving that car that killed
Yeah.
Sabrina and Vicky.
Until they show you like his face, like
Yeah, like in the driver's seat. I think
Yeah.
that was a very crazy scene. But then like yeah, so he's gonna ultimately Pedro's gonna like take his kids and bring them back to where he is.
yes. So they go. They're gonna pick up the mom. They're gonna pick up the brother. This is where the mom goes over the rules, like we said. And now they drive all the way out to Marta, right? Or Marty? Marta?
Yeah, so like Mirtha is
Mirtha, sorry.
Yeah, she's a friend of Jimmy's.
Yes.
That I guess Jimmy has told him about before, and that she's has experience with this type of possession that she'll kind of come to explain. I do like the scene in the car because this is like the scene where like she's like, again, it's like one of those going back to the themes of like I'm telling you exactly what I know. and you guys
we're gonna
can
choose
take
not to
this
listen.
advice, yeah. But at the same time, though, I think it is human nature. Like when you're presented with your kid being at risk, you're gonna do like everything you can,
Yes.
to protect your child. Unfortunately, you might bypass a few steps, and I think that's where this movie is. It's just like you're gonna take not the like logical approach.
Yes.
You're taking the emotional response.
Yes, which they definitely do in this movie,
Another great scene here.
where he's talking to the mom.
He gets a phone call from his obviously dead wife, ex-wife.
Yeah, it's whole thing's like just it's pretty crazy. So they get to Murta's and they come up with the idea that they're gonna try to drive out the evil once and for all. But their idea, right, is they gotta go find the body, right?
Yeah, they gotta find where the rotten was because they just dropped it, and the whole thing is just like you moved a body, like you're gonna make this so much worse. Like it was already bad. Like you let it fester way longer
Yes.
than like they let it fester. I'm assuming that's why it became rotten. It was something that was possessed that just
Kept festering.
literally rotted, right? Like forever.
Yes.
And then they moved it. They moved that evil into a more like open area where it can like
Get out.
kind of spread. Yeah. And now they need to find it
They
and
should have just left it at the house.
put an end to it without just like killing it further, making it go to the next person, because that's also not the way to
Deal
do
with it.
And we'll find out later what happens when you like kill a rotten the wrong way.
Yeah. You spawn the Antichrist. So basically, it's nighttime, and then Sabrina's gonna show up. She's gonna rub her blood all over the car, which is when I think Jair gets possessed.
Yeah, well, this is when they're in Murta's in the middle of the night, and she does go into the, and doesn't she takes Santino, the little boy?
Yeah. Which, okay. So this is another thing with this movie where it just kept getting more and more shocking. When she took Santino, right? I thought, oh, okay, the rest of the movie, they're going to like try to stop it and they're going to rescue Santino. The next time you see her with Santino, she's already eating his brains.
She is literally munching on his brains. I actually don't think that Pedro sees it. I think it's Jimmy that sees
It's Jimmy.
it. 'Cause
Jimmy
Jimmy drives his car into a tree.
Yes.
And you really don't see him again until the end.
The end. So yeah, they kind of split up into factions. Jimmy went after them. Pedro and Murta went to the school to get the rotted.
Yeah.
She says like the children would know.
Yeah, the whole thing is like the children they're like, you can follow the children because unfortunately they just give in to evil.
Yes. And the mom stays back with Jair.
Yeah, what I thought was really interesting was the brother's story. He mentioned something about, this thing like it just like really like preys on your fear, causes
Yes.
them to get into the accident. He mentioned something about loving the ex-wife too. Do you remember that?
Okay, yes. Apparently, isn't it like alluded that like Jimmy slept with the ex-wife?
I think so. I think he had an appropriate relationship
with
with
the
her.
ex-wife. That's what I'm saying. Like
And they don't cover that really at all. until
they
that one
don't, but they
scene.
do make it seem like the ex-wife slept with everyone. I'm pretty sure the Matt slept with her.
Oh yeah, the Matt's putting it.
Is it
down.
Matt?
The Matt put it in.
You know what the Matt would appreciate? Some apple ice cream.
Yeah, Matt's big on apple ice cream.
I never
I'm
thought.
big on ice cream.
I've never
not
thought of
necessarily
eating.
apple.
Yeah, I've never thought of eating apple ice cream. That doesn't sound appealing to me.
Have we had that apple ice cream?
I don't think so. Yeah, that's a new one.
It doesn't sound appealing.
It's definitely a new one.
Like I don't know. Apple is not a flavor I would think.
I would definitely try it. I think I've had like apple like flavored ice. Like
Yeah, like Italian
Yeah.
ice.
That also sounds. I guess it's technically frozen applesauce.
sure, yeah.
I've had green apple Italian ice, not regular apple. That's interesting.
Yeah, because I've had green
Kinda
apple as
sexy.
well. Green apple hits.
Yeah, I'm not a big apple person. Green apple.
Well, yeah.
is
When he finally gets his ice cream, at
It
the
is
end,
green apple.
It's definitely green.
Okay, so it's not apple. It's green apple. They're skipping a word. They should be saying verde apple.
Verde manzana.
Exactly. He's been sitting on that all day.
That's why he's the Matt.
I'm pretty sure that's correct.
I'm hoping. Otherwise, you're a Nazi.
Oh, jeez.
King. Green room came out of me
Jeez.
again. Green room. Green apple.
Yeah, Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day.
So like obviously this guy is the range of the possessed to kind of prey on people's fears
Yes.
is very high. I mean, it's just like, again, it's like another typical evil. Like you, and it's like, again, a human nature conversation of just like you let the things that you worry about fester and bother you. It's the same as this case. Evil knows your worst fears better than you even yourself do, and it uses them against you. So he's going to go with Mirtha to try to find the rotten body to stop this from happening at the school where he believes that where she believes that his kid is going to be as well. Like they think they're leading up to the school. She also, she has a device, the cleaning device that they saw earlier in the movie. Because she's also a cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
She's had experience with these from the past. And yeah.
Isn't that a Pennywise trait?
Cleaning.
Yeah. It preys on your fear, the worst fear. Yeah.
Did you say cleaning?
Yeah, I thought. Yeah.
I fucking hate you.
This movie does a thing of like, like exorcisms are like very like big with like the Catholic Church, and like they send like some kind of like extreme
Yes.
priest in to do like an exorcist, right? This movie just says like basically like
The
prayer,
church is dead.
Yeah, the church is dead. Like prayers, all these things are not going to help you. You need to rely on like this full scientific cleaning method to get rid of it. I think which is an interesting component to the film. It makes you feel even like more hopeless.
I completely agree because most of these movies rely on religion as like a
Kind of come in and save it.
save it, and this one it's like that ain't happening.
Yeah.
We have to do it with my telescope machine.
It's just like a precursor for me to say like this is probably not going to end well. Like I feel like it's like even if you do save your son, you're going to take a loss somewhere, maybe even yourself. Like it's not going to end 100%. At least that's what I got from the conversation.
No,
Like,
I completely agree, and it doesn't help when you're dealing with Pedro, who doesn't listen to a goddamn thing you tell him.
yeah, he's irrational. She tells him like, do not trust these kids. Do not touch these kids. Do not listen to these kids. I think it's a really creepy scene when they go into the school and they see all the kids like in a classroom.
Yeah, just sitting there.
It's like literally just like black school. Like it for me, it's like a weird like devil orientation.
It basically is what it is, and like he asks where it is, and Murder's like, oh well, if they're telling you to leave, it's clearly here because they're fucking liars.
Two kids came out and told him it was in two completely different places.
Yes.
And he was believing both of them.
Yeah.
Like that's how stupid he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why the movie like paints us like as like a toxic masculinity bullshit of like him not listening to women, when reality is just like they're just painting men as these stupid apes that just do anything and not listen to any advice.
Right, because like she knows what she's doing. It's not like she's just some random woman. Like she's done this. She's been to the city.
I would take her advice more than anybody. She's
Without
like,
a doubt.
She's lived this before.
Yes. Like if there's anyone's advice I'm taking, it's the person who's dealt with this before.
Yeah, it's the expert.
It's also frustrating because they go in the school, they find bodies under the floorboard. She's setting up the thing, and then the kid's like, "Oh, there's an axe in the other room." Why?
Yeah, like
Why do you listen to them?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I could think of is like two things. One, he's fucking incredibly stupid and loves
That
making
might
mistakes.
just be it.
Or two, like maybe the devil's just got like a stronger like, hold on him.
Maybe.
Like than we think. I don't think so. I think they're going with the fact that he's a fucking idiot because he is.
Shane, you're telling me you wouldn't listen to a group of children who were just in devil orientation?
They were literally
Yeah.
demonology 101.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to the fucking woman who has dealt with this before. Like,
Yeah.
man, it's annoying.
Yeah, I mean, like
If for a good movie, but the thing is, it's the whole point of the movie is like he's supposed to be stupid, so it's not just like.
if he was smart, it wouldn't get the result that the film
Exactly.
was looking for.
But I actually think what frustrates me the most is they find the fat guy right under the floorboard.
Yep.
And he goes to get the axe. Obviously, it's a trap. They kill Murda. He then fucking bashes its skull in. Like, why?
He continues to like up the ante on the stupid, like the stupidometer.
Yes.
like he does like one stupid thing after another. She dies. Everything that she said and like the fact that they took her out happens. And if you notice, the whole MO about these things is to kill anybody smart around you.
Yes.
Like it literally just, it's like completely foils you and has you inadvertently ruin the lives of everyone around you. I really do like the scene of like dismantling the stage to find it, because you find like all these bodies, and they did find someone that was alive that they pulled out, and then like as he goes to it, he does see the Rotten.
Yeah. And the Rottens is telling him to kill him. And he's asking for the girl, the young girl, to help him lift the body. And Murder's like, well, stop. No. Like,
Please don't. I'm setting up my protractor telescope to blow the evil out of this guy. I still like you. They set this thing up like we still to this day would have no idea what this thing is capable of.
yeah, I kind of like that, though.
It's very possible the thing does absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Right? Like I think so. She mentions though, like the first initial thing is you can't turn him around, but she's like stab him with this long needle in the nape of his neck.
Yes, I think it is supposed to be like a draining of the evil.
Yeah, I agree. I think it like just like kind of like takes. I don't know what it is, but I agree with you. I think it like seeps it out. Mm-hmm. But he is very reactive to the point where he's just gonna get the axe. She's gonna die, and then he's gonna deliver a final blow to the Rotten right in the head.
Yeah, that scene's also gnarly because as they're pulling her away, they just keep hitting her in the head with the hammer.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they fuck her up. But I think the scene is so he's actually hitting her with the tool, right?
Yes.
That's the tool from the cleaner. Yeah.
Which at least if he was gonna try to kill it, at least stab it in the neck with the thing. Maybe you might accidentally get something to work.
Yeah, but I think this is like almost like instant gratification. Like he killed it, and then like it was ready to give birth. Yeah. This thing was ready to birth the devil.
So the devil comes out covered in blood, and the devil just walks out with the children.
It's honestly, I thought this was really.
Oh,
creepy.
It's an amazing scene.
I thought it was really creepy. Like the kid does a good job. It's creepy. Like he's just literally covered in array of blood. All the kids are smiling. Like I'm watching Village of the Damned.
Yes. Yeah.
And they just literally walk, and now the devil's roaming free, and he literally released evil. I know it's a very like convoluted thing and hard to believe, but he literally didn't listen to anybody's advice, and I get it. But did you see that little showdown, that little smirk he gave him?
Yeah. And they mark him.
Yeah,
like the mark can't come off.
Yeah, that's true.
And then he goes home. He showers. Like I said, the mark can't come off his forehead, so he's forever branded by the devil. And then you find out his son Jair ate his mom because they have to end with probably the most disgusting thing, where they're just pulling fucking blood hair out of his throat.
They mentioned several times. Mirtha mentioned a time, and then you'll find another circumstance with the boy that they let stay in the stable, that they have eaten their mothers and have regurgitated them, and that's how like it's discovered that like it's even happened, and that's the case with Jair, and why his mom has been missing, and it's revealed that Jair is just like coughed up her hair, like Jair had eaten her.
He coughs up the pendant she was wearing the entire time.
The jewelry, yep.
It's disgusting. That scene's disgusting. I don't know. There's something about pulling things out of people's throats.
It's not great.
Ugh.
Yeah,
that are covered in blood.
Yeah, like in Saw 7, where that girl has the fish hook down her throat, and he has to pull the. Oh no, it's Saw 6. Saw 6. So he has to pull the fish hook up through. Oh.
So
no, it is 7. It is Saw 7.
You don't like mouth stuff.
No, it's not that I don't like mouth stuff. I don't like when there's like something you're pulling out, like it's all the way in someone's stomach and you have to pull it out.
Yeah,
ooh.
Yeah, look how fucking green that shit is.
That looks like pistachio, if we're being real.
I love pistachio.
Pistachio ice cream is so good.
It is good.
I would eat its ass.
Yeah, me too, actually. I would eat a pistachio's ass.
Yeah. I mean, so that reveal happens. You find out that not only is he eating his mother, but the boy he let in eat absolutely did lie to him. The whole thing was kind of crafted as such.
Yep.
And I mean, the movie is him just like crying in the middle of the street, right? There's like realizing.
Yeah, he kind of just yells.
Because like it's like doom. You know,
What do you want from me? Just doing that whole yelling thing.
it's Doom.
What's that from?
I know what you did last summer.
Oh, right.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
want from me? I'm right here.
And then she like twirls around a couple times.
Yeah. What a scene. And that is When Evil Lurks. It's dark, it's grim, it's gritty, it's bloody, and it's Argentinian. For all those reasons, I'm going to give this another 7.
7, huh?
Yeah, I like it a lot. It was a little confusing at times just because it's not that. It's more so it's like it's a movie where it's like it has its own set of rules. So you have to figure out what this movie's set of rules are and like what these things are and why the children were involved. But it does, like, the more you think about it, it comes together very well. It's fucking shocking for sure. Like, shock value alone is like a point. Like, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I would definitely watch this again, and then probably never again after that. I think it's like a 2-time watch. Be like,
Two-timer.
yeah, it's like, I haven't seen this in a while. Oh, all right, that's why I haven't seen it in a while. This is kind of gross. So, but yeah, I liked it. I definitely give this, and this was a first viewing for me. I had never seen this before, so I think this is a good 7 out of 10 film.
I don't think it has a ton of replayability.
Yeah, right. Like it's
Yeah.
maybe one more.
Yeah. So it's not, like rewatchable because then you obviously all the shock just goes away.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go an 8 though.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's your microphone. You should talk into it.
I just put it down for a second. I was yawning. I didn't want to yawn into the mic. That's crazy. This is like one of the few times where like we have a string where I've been the low man on the rating scale.
Yeah, I like this movie because like it does possession differently. I don't think I've ever seen a movie quite like this. I had like a few questions, like why is the devil like a little boy?
Devil's always a little boy when he's born. That's actually an ongoing theme, I think, with a lot of movies. When the devil's like reincarnated,
Really?
it always
Is that-
starts as like a little
Is that devil
child.
lore?
Right, probably. Like, would you like a lot of times the devil's reborn as a child?
Yeah, I just think it's another. I think it's like a spawn of the devil, like
Yeah.
Antichrist kind of deal. Like you just gave birth to like the next big evil.
Yeah.
I wonder if it has anything to do with like the fact that like kids are always perceived as innocent. So you're basically like it's just super scary to see like a devil baby.
Yeah, but kids are fucking evil,
Yeah, fuck kids. Not literally, but
figuratively.
yeah. So yeah, this movie is shocking. It's kind of gross. It is at literally never at one single point happy.
It's not a happy movie.
This movie starts grim and it ends grim and it's grim the whole way. It's unique. Yeah, I think the biggest like is the shock value is really there. It's not just one scene. There's like several.
Yeah.
I mean, the movie fucking ends with fucking eating moms.
Hair regurgitation.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly.
It's like fucking slaughtered mommy dolls.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think the one deterrent is how just fucking stone dumb the main guy is.
Yeah.
Yeah, other than that, this movie's like at parts quite creepy as well, especially when the kids are involved. Yeah, 8. I think it was. I really enjoyed it.
All right. Brian.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8 as well. Like, it is by no means a perfect product. I mean, the film for me has a lot of things that you have to kind of craft in your imagination to fill gaps, because I think they leave a lot of things open for you to interpret, but at the same time it is another, like Mike said, like a rule-based film, or you should, one of you guys said it, that like, you know, it's like you have to do these things in order to stay alive, and it's like the main character's quest to figure out what those are, and if or not he should take that advice based on the very little evidence prior to one of these things happening, because obviously no one really has experience like this until the person they meet that does have experience with it, and he still doesn't listen to her.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's like a lot of things you could probably draw from this movie. But at the end of the day, kills are incredible. The makeup design and like design of the Rotten is fantastic. The goo factor is at an all time high.
A lot of go.
I think they present the evil well. I do think they present the ways that they try to manipulate kids. It's very creepy. But like I said, like some of the shit that the main character, like the pitfalls he has, is almost laughable at times about how dumb he is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like he literally, the word I use is he's a fucking goon. Like he acts like a goon. But again, I do like the film, and although it does have its faults, I do think it's a new, unique look into possession films.
This movie's definitely, unique's the right word. Like it's the evil's use of like kids and animals. The rule system, I wasn't so much into that. Like you can't fucking, shoot at it or yell at it or something. I don't know. But this it's cool. I would describe it as cool.
Yeah.
I like that. It's a cool.
Where I noticed it, like I mentioned a lot about like human nature. I feel like it also takes like the actual nature against them too. Like it like turns the livestock against them. It like affects people's ability to perceive fear, and harms them with that. So I really do like how they utilize like the external factors against them. And it's just a result of like one fat ass man in a bed.
Yeah. Dark.
Yeah.
Never trust a fat ass in a bed. I've been saying it for years. I've seen the TLC docs.
I just think it was so funny that he slipped through the.
Yeah.
It was so wet
through the cracks. Matt, what do you think?
I think I was teetering between 7 and 8. I think it would probably be a high 7 for me.
Okay. I'm not alone.
All the reasons that you guys said, pretty much. I think it was a creepy movie. I think it was a very good movie. And the rule, I didn't mind the rule system because there are many movies like that with the rules. However, I think it definitely highlighted the stupidity of the guys, like Brian was saying.
Yeah, that dude's so dumb.
And I think that's maybe not the primary goal of the movie, but it definitely is something that is taken into effect for sure. It all literally the cause and effect of it is all because of the men, primarily. And I think they did a really good job with the kids smiling like that. I think that their smiles were it reminded me of like literally like the Smile movies. I genuinely like those movies because they're creepy. Same situation. It was very creepy, and I didn't really think about the whole religion thing, but that is a very good point. So I think overall it's just a 7 for me.
Okay. There we go.
Best kill of the movie.
Mine, I want to go. There's a lot. There's actually a lot of good ones. I want to go with the daughter because it was the most shocking thing I've seen in a while. Vicky.
With a dog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I'm gonna go. Brian was talking about this, how he liked it. Up there is the mom getting hit with
The car.
Yeah, but for me, that's second to I forget his name, the guy that gets the axe in the face.
Ruiz.
Yeah. Truly, I was truly shocked by that.
Stunned. All right, so one for Vicky, one for Ruiz.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to complicate it further. I think I'm going to go with the wife that hits herself in the face with the axe.
Okay,
She-
Ruiz's wife.
She takes out 2 with her, technically, with
True,
the
she takes out
unborn
the baby.
I just think, like, to get her to that point, it's just like the ramifications of what Rui's done must have been so crazy for her to take her and her unborn life in a way that's so brutal.
Yeah.
Like, you're literally carving your face. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
that show was sick.
That
Matt,
was.
Do you have any thoughts to break the tiebreaker or even make it even more complicated?
I think I actually do agree with you, Brian. I know everyone's gonna say it's biased and all that.
Let's get a Homer pick.
But
Homer.
I was shocked. I was shocked by them doing that or her doing that. When the sheep did go up to the sheep did go up to him, I didn't expect her to just literally kill herself as well.
You know what's crazy? How quick it just all happened. Like, it fucking happened in seconds.
It just set. I feel like it set the tone.
Yeah.
For like a really good tone for the movie. So I just think that was very brutal.
Yeah, you're right though. It like went like fucking dead sheep, dead man, dead woman.
Yeah, like I had to
Dead
think
baby.
I had to think that this lady was just like, yo, if this man does this, I'm like taking him
I'm
out.
gonna
I'm
fucking
like killing
axe
everyone.
him.
Are all the women aware of these rules and the guys are just not? That's just the takeaway.
It seems,
from
yeah.
It seems that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way.
Okay.
I also really like
Yeah,
the
it's
kill
crazy.
where she's getting her fucking brains bashed while getting dragged across
Oh,
the
yeah,
floor.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a good kill.
Wild.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
of
there
good
there
ones.
is like a lot of good
ones.
stuff in this movie.
For sure. All right.
All right. Well, Ruiz's wife. You were an angel. You were a sweet, innocent woman, bearing children. You were just living your best life. But you were married to Ruiz, who is a goddamn maniac. He doesn't have a rational thought in his brain. He's like, that fat guy with rot? We can lift him with this 10 thread count sheets. We'll get him right out of here. Doesn't work. He's like, oh, the goat's possessed? I know how to fix that. Shotgun blast. Doesn't work. That the evil's just spreading everywhere. How can you stay married to that guy? You can't. So you know what you gotta do? You gotta take an axe to his face and your own face. And you know what's sick? Her last, it goes in slowly and sat there like a slow sit. It's crazy. I couldn't do that. I couldn't axe myself like that. That's crazy.
I mean, I think if you were faced with this woman was faced with, you'd probably
Would
be
be
the
able
same.
to? Yeah. No, she's got balls. And for that reason,
were the men in this movie stupid, or were they just being like
manipulated by the demon?
manipulated and taunted by?
Yeah. That's also like
That's a good point.
It's a good
That's a
call
great
out.
point.
Like, I mean, like from our perspective, they're just making dumb decisions. But like, how much can we put on the fact that they were being drawn to evil?
Like Ruiz, 1,000% was being fucking taunted by the fucking goat demon.
Yeah.
You don't just taunt Ruiz.
No, yeah, that was a fucking witch in the goat,
Yeah.
or that the goat
That was
goat
Black
was
Phillip.
possessed.
Yeah, and like who's the main guy's name?
Pedro.
Like, was he like just real fucking dumb, or was he like, manic? Or
I think he's dumb. I
Yeah.
think he's a big dumb idiot.
okay,
He's a big dumb idiot.
we'll go with that.
Yeah. So that's when evil lurks. It's another great movie. This has been a great month.
It really has. What's gonna lurk next?
Minus Leprechaun. We've been on Fuego. Next, we're gonna take a trip to the Sav Mart.
Oh, okay.
Because
What movie would be taking place at the Sav Mart?
so I'm going to paint you guys a picture. Sav Mart, film, cheating, and Robin Williams. Yeah, that's right. 1 hour photo.
I thought you were gonna say Bicentennial Man.
No, this is 1 hour photo.
I thought you were talking about Flubber.
Okay. So with that said, we are the final podcast signing off, and we will see you next week, where maybe behind us there's a portrait mural of just photos everywhere. I've been asking Mike to put one in our home. He keeps saying no.
You ever have like a photo collage?
Yeah.
On
Of a different family.
one wall, there's a completely different family.
Yeah. I need that in my house.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that next week.
Yeah, let's start stalking a family.
Yeah, let's do it. Cool. Let's do it. Let's pick a family and stalk.
Well, you know where to listen to us on all the podcasts where you currently listen to shit. Definitely Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Please give us a follow there and 5 stars if you kindly can do that, as well as you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Obviously, that's where you'll get all of our content. So please give us a subscribe. And then if you ever want to ask us to review a film, you can always send us an email. We're at thefinalpodcast@yahoo.com, so feel free to leverage that. We're happy to listen, although we're booked out for like the next year.
We plan in advance here.
Yeah,
That's what we do.
you gotta do what you gotta do. We'll see you next week.